It is getting rough out here, guys. Almost zero down mortgages banks are doing now. Where are we going? This is nuts, but this is something that we need to cover because we know that a lot of these banks were going to get very tight and they were going to have to make some changes, and they're making those changes and gifting them as a present to you. And we know these banks, and we know these banks aren't loyal, and there has to be some trick up their sleeve. We're gonna talk about it, guys, and this is super important because if you see this program, I want you to make the best decision that you can make for you and your family. My name is Orlando. Welcome to the channel, guys. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Also, look in the description. I have a YouTube course and a real estate investing course in the description. Check it out. Homebuyers will now be able to put down as little as 1% on their home. Rocket Mortgage says, Rocket Mortgage is now offering a 1%. Why not just make it 0? But 1%, guys. And let's go ahead and jump into it because it seems a little fishy, a little cautious I am, as you should be too, that a bank now is offering loans at 1% down payment. Now, it's kind of a little fishy that they're offering this 2 weeks before kids get out of school and the busiest portion of the housing market season starts. It's just, is that a coincidence? I would think not. I can just see their advertising and marketing like, yeah, this is the best time to push this out. They're going to eat it up. And then I go on to look at the article and then you see the picture of this couple here and they don't look like they're so excited. They look like something's going on here. Even the advertisement is very, very cautious of this 1% loan that you're generously gonna give me. Homebuyers will be able to put as little as 1% down as a payment for a home under a new program launched by Rocket Mortgage. The new product by one of the biggest non-bank mortgage lenders in the US called OnePlus will allow low to moderate income aspiring homeowners to buy a home in an area with just 1% of the home's purchase price. Man, does this sound familiar, guys? I have about 2008 reasons why this is a mistake.
What did he say?
I'm very certain on that number. It's 2008 reasons why this seems a little fishy. To ensure mortgages that are originated by Rocket are sold and guaranteed by Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, government agencies that buy homes, home loans, and supply funds to banks and mortgage lenders, and support the housing sector. Now, here's the juiciness. Rocket will pay 2% of the borrower's loan, the company said. Their mortgage premiums, which is typically required if a home buyer puts down less than 20% on the home, also will be slashed. So, Rocket Mortgage is coming in and gifting or granting 2% of the normal 3%.
It's trash.
So they're offering 2% and giving that in a form of a grant, and they're also cutting the mortgage premiums.
Oh man, I knew this was all too good to be true.
Now, what would make Rocket Mortgage?
Rocket Mortgage. Push button, get mortgage.
Rocket Mortgage, a huge mortgage company, want to gift and grant you money. Oh, it has to be that they want to make homes affordable, right? At least that's what their marketing material says. It says, we are on a mission to make homes affordable again.
Yeah, I know, I heard that. That's corny.
So they're gonna offer you a 2% grant and slash your mortgage premium. But here's the thing, you're gonna overpay. You're gonna overpay on the home. Let's just kind of like have this conversation, guys. It's not a popular conversation because a lot of people don't like to hear that the less money you put down on the house, the more likely that people are to give back the house to the bank when things, turn upside down. Let me kind of give you an example. In 2008, when individuals were doing these crazy loans where you wouldn't have to put any money down, the likelihood of an individual giving the home back to the bank and just wiping their hands clean and saying,
yeah, you can have it. I don't really care. I didn't put any money into this.
was very high compared to someone who dropped 5, 6, 8, 10, 20% on a home. That person would ride it out a lot longer than the individual who would drop 1% to nothing in a home. I mean, let's be real. So I can see this not turning out really so good where an individual is only put down 1%, it got granted the other 2%. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm saying if you can get a good deal with this program, hey, by all means. But let's be real on this. They're trying to pressure you and give you an opportunity for 2% to purchase into a home, an overpriced home on that, which I am extremely cautious about. As you can see in this video, bank is coming to you with bird in hand. They're like, oh, here, this is a peace offering. We want to get on your side as a consumer, the best side. And then when you reach for the bird, you find out it's the Terminator. It's the Terminator, and they're gonna chase you just like they're chased John Connor or Sarah Connor in the movies. You will never be able to get away from the Terminator, which is Rocket Mortgage. That's why I'm a little cautious, guys. These guys will do what happened during the 2008 time with Bank of America, Countrywide, they will come after you and take your stuff super, super fast if you make a hiccup. And so you have to really understand this whole process and understand, does it make sense to save 2%? Remember, guys, I'm just doing the math. The math ain't mathing. Does it make sense? I mean, you tell me. Does it make sense for them to gift you 2% when you're paying, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 over? Doesn't make sense to me. Hey, look, I'm just pointing out the obvious, guys. It doesn't make sense to save 2% with a program and then get charged $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 over asking price. As I always say, you can refinance the mortgage, but you can't refinance the purchase price. And that's the main goal. And why is Rocket Mortgage doing this? Why is Rocket Mortgage offering basically 0 down payment loans? If you haven't heard, banking is having a really hard time right now.
Really?
It is very hard to get people to purchase right now. Demand is down for mortgages. Demand is down for houses. All of these things are down. So what is the bank gonna do? We need to push out a program that will get people excited to purchase homes again. And so that's what they're doing. They're offering individuals, to come in with a little less money. And also your credit doesn't have to be as good. And, debt coverage ratio, we're not going to skip on that. And the point that they really try to make in this advertisement is that this is not like 2008. We are responsibly giving individuals an opportunity to win over us. Now, when have you known, let's just call it out. When have you known a bank to allow you to get a good deal? I'll wait. When have you known that? So my question is to something like this is the interest rate higher? Probably. There's probably some small premium on the interest rate. It is what it is, right? They're not going to offer you a grant of 2%, pay off your insurance premium just so they can just give it away. It's always going to be some type of fees or something like that added so they can get their money back. But the real play here is volume, guys. You know how I know it's volume? This is what it says. Rocket estimates that 90 million people in the US qualify underneath these guidelines. That's what it is. They are hoping with this program that they will be able to get a huge market share by just offering individuals 2%, even though you're going to pay ridiculously unaffordable housing prices in some areas, right? And that's what they're hoping. You have to read in between the lines. Rocket estimates that 90 million people in the US qualify underneath these guidelines. They're hoping to get 1% of that, 2, 3, hopefully 10% market share of that. I just want to be clear so that you understand exactly what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying that this opportunity could not work for you. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it's 100% a bad deal. I almost promise you there is a situation that someone will see this and it will be the perfect situation for them. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you should go into this with your eyes wide open and make sure that this is the best thing that could happen for you and your family. I would be extremely cautious going into this. And if you find out at the end of the day that this program works for you, hands down, you got a great deal, they're paying your 2% down and all that other stuff, hey, by all means, I'm just a guy on YouTube. But I would say for most people, this program is setting individuals up for failure, setting individuals up to hand back the keys back to the bank when things turn upside down. You no longer have a dog in the fight and your equity has just been drained because you are upside down in homes. Let me just show you something really quickly. And the reason why this is so important is I just want you to show you I'm not just making the data up. This is just the truth. This is currently what's happening with the housing market, and the chances of you continuing to buy a home and the chance of it losing value, it's going higher and higher and higher. Take a look at this chart here. This chart is the US housing market loses 2.3 trillion in value. Look, it was low, 2003, low, and as you can see, it's climbing. And right now, it's at 45 trillion. Look at this. The year-over-year changes in this chart, guys, and this is from Redfin. This is the data that they're collecting. And for you to purchase a home, the chances of it being overpriced, I would say, are pretty high. Of it being a seller trying to get the most, who would have thought of that? A seller trying to get the most out of the home that they're selling, it's going to be pretty high. And just because you can save 2% on this program does not mean that it's a deal. If you buy an overpriced home for 40, 50,000, 30, 20,000 over, and you just save 2% on the purchase price, I mean, what? That doesn't really do much for you. And that's all I want you to see is all I want to do is point this stuff out to you, give you a different lens to look at these things through. These videos that I do isn't to discourage you from buying a home. It's to let you know and give you the information and education to make the best choices for you and your family, guys. So as always, guys, you won't get all of your information from this one video. Come on, you know this. And you gotta watch this other video here. It has information about the housing market, financial news. Get into your first rental property, guys. Listen, I promise you the information you get out of that video, it's gonna be gold. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.